Alrighty, hello guys, welcome your faces back to Sprocket. Today, we're actually going to be building a light tank destroyer to hopefully destroy any enemies we come across in Sprocket. Is it going to work out? I'm not so sure. What size gun is it going to have? I have no idea, but probably smaller than this thing, because this is a 125mm cannon on my modern-ish tank destroyer, which is kind of cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and start designing something very small, and hopefully quite light and powerful, I guess. Alright, so we are starting from scratch here. Obviously we have the box and we also have the tracks. Let's go ahead and do the tracks first because I feel like that might be a good idea. Essentially this is going to be very small. I do want to space out the wheels if I can. So spacing on those guys is going to be quite far apart like so. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and lower this down at the back. I'm going to drag these guys forwards just like this. And I think that's essentially how I want it to look. But what I'm going to do is actually drag this further forwards. So these two wheels are actually in between this one, and this one, this one, and this one. Alright, that makes sense. That looks kind of cool. So from there, we're going to go ahead and make it skinnier, and we'll figure it out from there. Alright, so there we go. That is kind of how I want it to be. I think the road wheels are going to be, like, squidged a little bit. There we go. And then we're actually going to go ahead and change some of the track segments to look like this, I think. This is still a little bit too long, so I'm actually going to go ahead and drag this guy backwards. And that's essentially how I want it to be. Maybe actually a little bit skinnier than that. So actually spacing of these guys. Let's go ahead and drag that bit backwards. There we go. We're going to go ahead and drag this guy backwards a tiny bit too. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so from there, what are we going to do? Well, the thickness of the tracks is going to actually go up to 85. There we go. And I think that looks pretty sick, to be honest. I'm actually really pleased with that. From there, we're going to be making it a little bit skinnier, and that should be good. So 1.2 meters wide seems like a pretty nice size. Okay, so if we can actually start working on the body now, that would be brilliant. So I'm going to angle this guy backwards a lot like this. That guy is going to be angled forwards quite a bit too. And because the actual suspension is showing through, we're going to go ahead and make the scale of it a little bit smaller. There we go. I mean, because this isn't going to be weighing an awful lot anyway, it being smaller doesn't really matter. Alright, let's go ahead and send it out to the sides. Here we go. Excellent. I do need to see where that actually stops. So let's go ahead and drag this just to around there. That seems pretty good. And then we're going to have to start building on the top piece, which is going to be kind of interesting. So let's drag this up a little bit. There we go. I am actually going to go and drag these guys backwards a tiny touch like that. And then we're going to design the rest of it, which could be kind of weird. We'll see. Let's go to edges. We will split this one. There we go. And let's try and figure this out. So, extend both of these into the sky, just like so. Drag it up to there. I then want to actually drag these guys backwards. But I feel like that makes things a little bit strange. Which is kind of what I want, but at the same time, I'm not so sure. So let's go ahead and drag these guys backwards a little bit too. There we go. We've got angles going on here. They're a little bit strange, but at the same time, I kind of find that quite nice. Okay, so as you guys can see, this side right here and this side right here are actually different. So we're going to have to delete those guys and come up with something new. So let's go ahead and do that guy right there like that, this guy into here like this, and do it all again on the other side. There we go. Honestly, I think that looks pretty sick. So the driver can be in here, and then the gun can be mounted on the top, and hopefully that'll be okay. Alright, so towards the back of this thing then, we're going to extend this guy actually quite far backwards. There we go. And we're going to have to come up with some sort of gun design that is going to be mounted to the top of this. I do want it to be quite large. The back of it is obviously going to be moved forwards, just like this. And I wouldn't actually mind if it was flat, but it really shouldn't be. So we're going to go ahead and angle it the same as the rest of it is. In fact, we can angle it even more. And that looks pretty interesting. Don't know if I like it or not, but it looks interesting. Okay, you know what? I want to go a little bit crazy with this one. And when I say crazy, I mean not really crazy at all. But yes, let's go and extend these guys over the edge like this. And we are essentially just going to allow the top side of this to continue backwards over the tracks, which is actually completely fine. That does mean we've got a huge box on the back end. And again, that is probably okay to have. So let's go ahead and extend this guy upwards just a little bit like this. There we go. We're then gonna extend these guys backwards. I guess all of it, actually. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll drag it backwards, and I'm gonna lower the sides. All of it, just like that. There we go. That allows us to get in and out of the tank, which I think is fine, maybe. So grab each of these, there we go, including all of this. Send it forwards a little bit. Okay. We're then going to have all of this actually be extended backwards because we can. So there we go. Something along the lines of that. Okay. Does it look strange? Yes. Is it supposed to? Yes. So that's kind of lucky. Right. From there, what are we going to do? We're going to lower this guy down a little bit. And I'm going to try and scale all of this down so that it looks more normal. Otherwise, yes, we'll have some serious issues. So let's go to diameter of these guys. Bring them all the way down. Whack them in the middle of the tracks again, that's fine. Road wheels, I guess the diameter of those could come a little bit further down too. But we are going to space them more because of that. There we go. And then this can stay pretty much as is. There we go. I love the idea of having a flat front on this. So we're going to go with it. It does make us quite weak though. Okay, it's time for fenders. Let's go ahead and get these guys in the right location. Obviously the width of them is going to have to come inwards quite a bit too. The front offset is going to go backwards quite far, and the rear offset is actually going to have to go inwards quite far too. So we're going to leave it a lot like that. Does it look strange? Yes, of course it does. I don't know how I'm going to like fix that in. Like this bit right here sort of needs covering, and I don't really have anything to do that with. Unless we do actually go to the edge, we extend it out a tiny bit, and we shove it back in. And then maybe I could just extend these guys. You know what, actually, probably just this one. Extend, there we go. Try and shove it into a place where it looks like it fits. Somewhat like that, there we go. We're then going to angle this guy all the way to the front like this. And I think from there, we're just going to go ahead and shoot it backwards. And that'll be okay. At least I hope so, anyway. So let's go ahead and angle this all the way back to there. Make sure it fits in. So grab this one and this one. Drop it down. And shoot it backwards. There we go. So there shouldn't really be any sort of edges that we can see through on the front. And there isn't. Nice. Okie dokie. It's now time to extend the back end out just a little bit like this. Obviously with these guys, I am going to shove them inwards just slightly. There we go. And I'm going to angle them upwards as well because I can. So we're going to do this up to where these chains are. There we go. That looks interesting, I suppose. Yes. Let's go to this guy and this guy. And we're going to shoot those over to the side like that. There we go. And that's fine. I'm liking this. It's kind of cool. Alright, so what I'm thinking would actually make this thing kind of, like, awesome, I guess, is actually having an open top. I'm not going to do that, not today, but I think it would be kind of cool to do in the future. Possibly, we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like the right thing. I am going to extend it out a little bit. And then I'm going to shrink it down, just a tiny touch. So it needs to be bigger than it was, just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to skinny it up too, unfortunately. So like that. I don't know, I feel like that gives it a little bit of extra stuff, but actually, I don't like it. I'm undoing everything. Good. Alright, so what I am going to do instead is actually extend this. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit, and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit that way as well, hopefully making it into pretty much a square. We're then going to shove that back into there, which is not really something you want to do on a tank. However, I just think it looks a lot better, so that's why we're going to keep it. From there, we're going to go to mantlets. Here we go. And one that we don't really use is this Japanese one right here. So what I'm thinking of doing is just adding it straight into there like that. And that's it. We're going to have it just like that. I don't think it moves from side to side. I don't think there's any azimuth on it. So that means the entire tank, in order to aim from side to side, is going to have to turn, unfortunately. There is something I can do, though. And there actually is something I can do. Let's go to compartments real quick. Yes, grab ourselves a turret, obviously. Make it really tiny, so diameter of this really small. Select all of it. And make all of that really small as well. There we go. Do this guy all the way to like... I can't actually seemingly do this properly. But there you go. Something along the lines of this. Very good. Shrink it that way again, just a little bit. And I am going to shrink this down here as well. There we go. But essentially, all this has to do is sit within the tank. And the mantlet just has to sit on it. So if we can get this centered, that would be great. Let's go ahead and whack this onto there. I guess at the top, so that it hides the most. I'm sure that'll be fine. And then we can lower it down in, and the gun mount will go with it. Okay, send it backwards through there like that. And then we need to add some constraints to this, which I don't want it to be able to aim very far at all. So actually, it's going to be like -7 and then +7. That's it. That's how it's going to aim. So from side to side, just a really, really tiny amount. That's awesome. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do then is going to go to crew. We're going to go to viewports, and I'm going to use one of these guys down here because that's where the driver is actually going to sit. So far, so good. Yeah, this is so weird looking. Alright, it's now time for me to do that thing where I run around adding a bunch of detail to it, and hopefully by the time I've done that, it will actually look pretty cool. Alright, so this is our current situation. We have ourselves a tank destroyer. It is a light tank destroyer because it has no armor or anything like that. It moves around quite nicely. I am going to go ahead and armor up the front flat areas quite a lot, actually. Like a lot. But the rest of it is going to stay relatively light. I also need to upgrade the gun. We currently have a 75mm gun. I'm thinking of a... I don't know, I was thinking of more than a 75mm, but actually, maybe we could actually upgrade the 75mm to just be really strong. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and upgrade the gun. We'll then upgrade some armor. We'll then upgrade the engine, and then we'll fight. Alright, so cannon, let's go ahead and make this an 85mm gun. That seems a little bit strange, but we're going to go with it anyway. I didn't think the barrel should be that long, but actually, we are going to make the barrel really long. So let's go with 2 meters on the first piece. I am going to make that a little bit wider, so it's going to be like a 55mm. Yep, and 55 right there. Excellent. In fact, actually, let's make this more like 75 and 75. There we go. We'll then only make this something like 0.1. Maybe a little bit longer than that. We'll go all the way to the edge of the barrel, just like so. Good. From there, we're going to go ahead and make this one something like 35. There we go. And 35 right there as well. Right, let's go ahead and send this. Make it huge. 2 meters. Excellent. Okay, so that's quite big. We need it to be even longer. So this is probably how long it's going to be. Let's go ahead and drop this down to like 15 and 15. And there we go. Right, so actually, we're going to go and add a bit of detail to the end of this gun. This is going to be something like 0.5. We're then going to extend it, and it's going to be bigger again. So 35 here, 35 here. Yeah, there we go. And I guess make that bit small as well, but not as small as the other piece. In fact, actually, no, let's make it the same smallness. We're then going to do this again, and that should be the end of our barrel. And there we go. That is the end of our barrel right there. Honestly, I think that looks pretty sick. I don't mind it whatsoever, so that is going to be what we use. Very nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and add some shells into this. Obviously, we're going to need some of these. And they are obviously absolutely massive. Because, yeah, I made the propellant length really big. And there's a reason for that. It's going to be a tank destroyer. I need it to be able to pen. Did I just say to be able to? Is that right? That's clearly not right. Anyway, I need it to be able to actually pen any armor that it comes across. And honestly, I think this might. We'll see. Alright, so there's one more thing that I do actually want to do, and that is I need to add armor to the front. Actually, that means there's more than one thing I need to do. We're going to add armor to the front of this thing in all of the, like, very flat areas. So essentially all of these pieces right here. It is going to be maximum, which is crazy. On the sides, we're going to go ahead and have it be a little bit less, because these guys are actually angled. We're going to go to, like, 50. Down here, it's going to be the same, about 50. There we go. This one and this one, and this one and this one are actually going to be 200 as well. They're very tiny, but very, very flat. And that's probably pretty much it. I don't want to add too much more armor anywhere else. We're going to go with 20 up here. And the rest of it is essentially going to be 10. So if we get shot in the side, we will die. And that's not amazing. But yeah, everywhere else is going to stay 10 mil, including the back. So yeah, massive amounts of armor on the front and not too much on the back. In fact, let's go ahead and double down on that. All of these guys are going to be 75 instead. We still only weigh 11.5 ton, so that's pretty good. And I'm happy with it. So yeah. Right, let's go to compartments really quickly. Go to this guy. Basket space. Can I make it actually fit? Oh, I totally can. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go. Nice. So everybody actually fits within the tank at the minute. That's really good. So from there, what are we going to do? Well, engine probably needs an upgrade. We're also going to make it mid-war. So yeah. All right, increase this. We've now got 8 cylinders, 1 liter each. Nice. Oh, you know what I completely forgot about? All of the engine stuff. I legit forgot about every single bit of the engine stuff. Right, let's go ahead and do this. Back here, we're actually going to have 4 exhausts on the back, just like that. Vents, I'm actually just going to go with a singular vent if I can. And I want to mount it underneath everything. Whether that works or not, I'm not so sure. But yeah, going to go ahead and drop this down underneath there. Hopefully centered up, that would be great. There we go. And that's going to be our engine vent. That's it, just one of those. Kind of interesting. We're also going to have to drop these guys down, I think. Yeah, because currently they're above everything. They're just floating. Let's go ahead and drop this into here. And there we go. It looks insane, but sure. I think it's fine. So from there, livery. We're going to go to decals. Actually, no, livery itself. I want to use this one. Scale, I'm going to scale it up quite a bit. Metallicness is going to come up. Brightness is going to come all the way up. And saturation just a little bit. And this is going to be Japanese. Just because I feel like it sort of represents a Japanese tank. A little bit. And also maybe a little bit British too. But Japanese is what I'm going for. So let's go ahead and shove a little Japanese flag. Right on here, I guess. Yeah, sure. And we're actually going to go ahead and shove one right on the front as well. Just there. Okay, I'm happy. I am very happy with this. We're also going to put a Japanese flag on the back. Alright, we're good. We've built our tank. Let's go ahead and test it in a battle. Alright, so which scenario is most suited to this? Well, we wanted a tank destroyer. The tank that we want to destroy is a King Tiger. Obviously, the Japanese wouldn't really be doing that, but still. We've got 6 tanks versus a King Tiger. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be interesting. Alright, our first tank has been destroyed. I'm assuming we are going to have a really hard time here. I've just shot the King Tiger. He did not die. Uh-oh. Alright, so one by one, my guys are actually dying. I'm going to go ahead and fight back with my other tank destroyers, and let's see what happens. In fact, let's start this again. And we're going to automatically start a flank. Yes. Go, go, go. Alright, I got to cross over this hill, which means that he might actually turn his cannon towards me, because I might be the closest one. Oh, I don't know whether he was shooting at me there or not. I have no idea. But I'm going to continue driving out sideways, and all I need to do is be able to shoot him in the cheek. That's what I want to do. Alright, so turn towards the enemy. Alright, he's just there. I'm going to have to drive over this hill just a little bit. There he is. Fire. Oh, we hit him. It didn't quite go through. We're going to try again. 3, 2, 1. We hit him again. Exact same result, unfortunately. Alright, let's go and try and shoot him in the front. Okay, so our pen is only 190 on his cheek, and the armor there is 250. So we're going to have to get closer and shoot a different spot. Luckily, he hasn't actually... Oh, no, he's killed one person, but that's actually it. He hasn't actually killed anyone else. Right, I'm going to shoot from here. And he's dead. There you go. So as long as you get around the side and you're able to shoot him in the side of his turret, he will die. So King Tiger, success. Let's go ahead and fight some tigers with it though, because I think that'd be kind of fun. And maybe some British tanks as well. Okay, so I've decided to go against the idea of tigers. Let's just fight 2 of these guys versus 2 centurions. The centurions in this game weigh like 50 tons or something like that. So this isn't really a fair battle on my half because, yes, there's 2 of me and they only weigh 11 tons. So, also, one of them doesn't really seem to be driving. So yes, we're going to have a big struggle on our hands here. Alright, this first centurion is actually coming over the hill. We have shot him and he did not die. Okay, we're going to have to try again in 3, 2, 1. Fire! It's not actually getting through. I think I need to upgrade this gun even further. Because I can't kill these guys. Interesting. Alright, so I've changed the gun a little bit. I've actually extended it by maybe a meter and a bit, maybe a meter and 10 centimeters or something like that. Let's go ahead and do something else to this thing. We're going to go to mobility, we're going to go to fuel tank, we're going to drop that down to 75 liters, which should allow us to have a better engine. So we're going to go up to a 12-cylinder, 1 liter per cylinder engine, so a 12-liter engine, and this should make it quite fast. Nice. The other thing I wanted to do, because I didn't do it before, is go to tracks, and I want to sort these guys out. I want them to look nice. So we're going to go with this guy at the front. Road wheels are also going to be those guys. I think that looks pretty good, to be honest. Or maybe these. Let's go with those instead. Idler wheel, look like that. There we go. Track segments are going to stay as they are. Spares? I rarely add spares, like I said last time. I wonder if I can fit them up here. Ah, there we go. Spares are going to go on the roof. Cool. Alright, here we go. We are stronger, faster, and we're good. Stronger, faster, and good. Interesting. Right, let's get ourselves... Oh, no! That guy died instantly! I don't even know where he got shot from. I have no idea where he got shot from. Probably over there somewhere, actually. I hate when tanks are in those trees, because I legit can't see them. It makes it so difficult. He's in there somewhere. He's over there somewhere. I might be able to just shoot and hopefully kill him, but I don't know. Right, here we go. I'm hiding down the hill. I've fired. We did actually hit the target. Unfortunately, I have no idea what I'm actually aiming at. I fired again, and this time I missed. This is not good. Not good whatsoever. Fire again. No, I missed this time as well. Alright, the other enemy tanks are actually coming in now, so I'm going to reverse and hopefully take them on sort of one at a time. Alright, he died, but I also died. Interesting. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. So, we gotta be a little bit more sneaky. In real life, obviously the enemy doesn't automatically know where you are, so we'd be able to sneak up on them. However, in this game, obviously, the AI knows where we are. So it makes it a little bit more tricky. But, if we use the terrain to our advantage, I think we have a chance here. I'm gonna get over there. Let's continue inwards a little bit. I'm going to try and use some sort of hill to my advantage. I can just hide behind it, come up and shoot them, and then hide behind it again. There's already an enemy right there. So let's go ahead and aim. Uh-oh. I can't aim down enough. Oh, no. Fire. He's dead in one shot. Excellent. I'm not going to duck down just yet, but there is another enemy right there. He just fired at my friend. Unfortunately, my round didn't kill him, but it did go through. 3, 2, 1, fire! Again? It did go through, but he's not dead. Oh, it didn't go through, actually. Here's another tank. 3, 2, 1, fire! He's dead. Excellent. And now there's that guy over there. Unfortunately, he's took out my driver. This guy's also lost a track. Uh-oh. This is really bad. If this tank makes it, it's because the enemy drives right in front of us. If he doesn't drive in front of us, we are doomed. Alright, so unfortunately we are actually doomed. He is over there, and we can't actually shoot him. And presumably he can now see me, and... I thought he was going to shoot me straight away, but actually I'm not dead yet. As soon as he gets over that hill, I guess I'm dead? I don't know. There we go. Interesting. So yeah, I am actually fighting too many tanks here. Obviously, an 11-ton tank probably shouldn't go up against two 50-ton tanks. That's crazy. And what I mean by that is obviously there's 2 of my tank and there's 4 enemies. You know, maths. But that doesn't stop me from trying again. So we're gonna go in one more time and we'll see if we can kill them this time. Alright, so we made it over the track already. That is pretty awesome. There's an enemy tank right there, an enemy tank right there. I do need to fight them sort of one at a time. And luckily I think that guy's shooting at someone, so I can probably drive up here. Fire, and he's dead in one shot. Excellent. This guy's now aiming at me. Uh-oh. Duck out, duck out. Oh, he missed. He missed. Aim at him. Fire. Oh, I did a really bad shot there. Oh, I'm not dead. Okay, my other guy has unfortunately been killed. That guy's dead. Let's move back. Hopefully he doesn't shoot me. Alright, I've dodged him. I've dodged the shot from that guy. So now I just have to stalk the prey, which is the enemy tanks, and shoot them whenever they get into a situation where I can sneak up and shoot them from. Maybe. My English isn't really working too well right now, is it? Anywho, that guy's up there. Let's get ourselves into a place where we can maybe shoot him from. Here we go. Aim. Fire. He's dead. Excellent. And then the last enemy... I thought it was over there, but actually I think he... Oh, whoa. He's here. He's dead. There we go. Victory. So, if you play it right, this tank destroyer obviously can work. And it does. So, I'm really happy with this. Hopefully you guys actually like the way that it looks. I actually really like the flat edges. I don't normally go with it, but yeah, kind of worked this time. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.